nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to the outer limits.
And that was the inflection point. Can anyone hear me now? Anyone? I can hear myself. Can anyone out there on Radio Land hear me? There we go. All right. Boy, we're having all kinds of technical issues. Hopefully I didn't just bump off our very special guest. So, you are listening to KSWV Radio Shockwave out of San Diego, California, and I'm your host, Dan Eachus. I am the president of RetroSynth Records, and I'm also a member of the collective Neutron Dreams. And today I have a very special guest. I am joined by the other member of Neutron Dreams, also his solo project Pyramid of Chaos, and that is none other than the amazing Christopher J. Payne. So hopefully we can have all the technology issues here all worked out, and he will be able to join us. So just give me 1 second here, make sure that we don't have tons of feedback and everything else here. Okay. All right, let's try it. Chris, are you there?
I'm here unless you bump me off.
No, not at all. I hear you loud and clear. All right. So.
How's it going?
Oh, just dealing with issues. Lovely tech issues all day long.
Oh, come on, that's your life. You know you love it.
I'm telling you, man, if it wasn't for technical issues, I don't know what I would do between this and websites and everything else that I do. Had a technical issue first thing this morning. I'm in the middle of getting up and waking up, and my son comes into the room, my oldest son, Danny, and he's like, "Hey, Mom's trying to get a hold of you." I was like, "Oh, what?" I'm barely opening my eyes. And she's like, "Hey, she's at the gym, and she took the van, and the van overheated, and she's stuck." I'm like, "Oh, God, what a way to start my day, what a way to not have any coffee, not have anything to get going." And it's like 25 degrees outside, so I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be fun." So I had to get up and get all the things of antifreeze loaded up and ready to go, because this has been an ongoing problem. We have an appointment with the mechanic on Tuesday, but we've been kind of like band-aiding the van to just get us through these past couple of days, and it was the only vehicle available. And she took it to the gym because she goes at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and apparently it overheated on the whole way there. And the problem is it just has a big hole in like the radiator or one of the hoses, and it just leaks out coolant as fast as you pour it in. So it's not a good time.
Well, we know you
get it all figured out on Tuesday.
We know you have plenty of antifreeze. Because you need it to get you going every morning.
Oh, it runs right through my veins. Are you kidding me?
That's it. You missed the ice queen. The ice king.
Yeah, that and coffee, man. Coffee and antifreeze, they run directly into my veins. So, yeah.
It explains everything.
Yeah, God, yeah. So it's been technical difficulties all day, and it's so weird. We were trying to get this whole audio thing set up, and it's like I wasn't touching anything. Every time I had something working, it all of a sudden wouldn't work. And it's not like I touched a million different buttons. It's not like I switched things around. It just all of a sudden didn't work. It's like, why? Why can't you just
you know
work?
why? You know what it's like when it comes to music. Anything to do with music, if it can go wrong, it'll go wrong.
Oh, God.
And it's usually in public. It don't go wrong when you're by yourself.
Right, of course.
It's when you've got an audience is when it goes wrong.
Of course, yeah. It's when I have people and ready to go, and it reminisces of what happened over at Neon. We're like 45 minutes fiddling around with the setup before we can go live.
It's just one of those things, It's like sometimes it's baptism by fire.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, the one cool thing about the whole thing over at Neon is that I had Michael Oakley trying to help me. So he was like all touching the laptop and all over my keyboard and everything. I'm like, okay, I'm not washing that. I'm not washing that. So
I know I've got to get the exterminators in because, whoa.
Yeah.
You didn't even wash your underwear.
No, I had to wash the underwear. Yeah. But Michael was he was such a great guy, and he was in true form.
Yeah, I'm very grateful.
Willing to help out, So, in me, I was in my freaking glory, I mean, I'm there on stage. I'm freaking out because it's not working, and there's my mentor standing right next to me trying to help me figure things out, and it's the first time I ever met him, so it's like, oh my God. But despite everything, it went well. We had a great set, and thanks to you as well with all your programming to get the entire set up finally and in a wonderful way.
I just wish I could have been there, but with all the health issues I had at the time, well, I still have, but
right.
It was difficult because I wanted to meet everybody as well. I mean, we all made a lot of friends in the community, and
big time.
I wanted to meet people as much as I did perform. So when I couldn't be there, it was like a double whammy. And then, of course, you took the wrong microphone.
Yeah. It's the microphone I'm using right now, too, for this broadcast. So I'm never taking this microphone out of the studio again.
That's why I always say, SM58, you can't go wrong on stage.
Yeah. Well, that's the next thing in the budget is a dynamic mic instead of the condenser mic that I use for recording. So
we all learn. I remember my first time on stage at college a long time ago is I didn't even know I was performing that night. I thought, the story, I thought I was performing a week later. And I'm in college, I'm having a bath, and all of a sudden I hear a bang on the door, and I'm like, hold on, can you just wait and find out it was actually the music teacher. He's like, where are you? You got 45 minutes until it's just time for your live set. And I'm like, what the hell? That's next week. He's like, no, it's tonight. And so I'm on stage. I got 4 tracks I'm performing. I couldn't even remember if I finished them. So God. I'm winging it. I'm live on stage, and I'm like, please God, I can't remember if I finished programming the next part of the drums. And the next part comes in, and I hadn't finished programming it. So I suddenly had to switch the pattern manually. I'm like, oh God. But again, these are all things that happen when you're live, and it's actually part of the fun. And because it's something to look back on. I wouldn't have remembered it if it wasn't for that. So I look back at it, and it's like,
right.
Things happen, especially when you're on stage by yourself. I mean, it's I
will always remember Neon for that exact moment, and the fact that I couldn't get complete control to work. So I couldn't get any of the native instruments to work the way that we wanted them to work for the set. So I had to improvise with a different, instrument kind of like right there on the spot to play with the set. So that was fun. That was interesting. But even through all of that, when Michael Oakley says that you had a good set, that just warmed my heart. That set everything off right for the rest of the weekend. It's like, it was starting off with catching on fire and, ready for crash landing here. And here, not only Michael, but everyone there in the community was like, hey, it happens, it happens all the time, and this was...
You always look for the positive when something goes wrong, because a lot of positive did come out of it. And, you made a lot of contacts, you met a lot of people. At the same time, it was a live experience. Even when things go wrong, there's still nothing like it.
Right. It was our biggest live performance, as Neutron Dreams. It was our biggest venue to date. So you want it to be perfect, but the way that it all worked out and that whole weekend was just absolutely amazing. And people that saw the set that were there that first night, they were like, wow, that was, even through everything you went through, it was worth waiting to, for you to get it all hooked up and right, because the actual set was amazing. So it all worked out in the end.
But the thing is too about live shows is no artist in the history of music has ever had 100% perfect show.
Right.
I mean, I've been, you know me, Jean-Michel Jarre, my biggest inspiration. I've been to several of his concerts. There's always things that go wrong. The laser harp never works properly. You know, a bug always flies into the beam or something, and it craps out, and he has to reset it. Or so it actually got to the point he's actually got a fast reset switch on it now, so it can reset really fast.
Yeah.
So if you ever see it open and close quick, he's reset it because it stopped working.
Right.
And then when I've seen Erasure live, you know, and Erasure are fantastic live too. And of course, Andy Bell is just an amazing performer. But when he's just like he gets so into it that they're amazing to see. If you've never seen Erasure live, they're fantastic. I mean,
right.
You know, to me, I put them and the Pet Shop Boys together, even though Erasure and the Pet Shop Boys don't actually like being linked together, but they're very similar, even though they're different. And so there are similarities between them, even though if you ask either, they both kind of deny it, because I guess they want to be known for themselves, not for being like the other band.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
that's
which
true.
I get that. Nobody wants to be compared to someone else. You always want to be known for yourself, don't you? So.
Right. And that's the other thing is that you always want to try to, as a musician, you want to try to set yourself apart. It's always good to learn by imitating a little bit, but then also make sure that you break apart and you have your own unique identity and sound. So,
yeah, there has to be a point. There has to be a point where you could say, "I've learned what I love in music. Now, how can I make it my own?"
Exactly.
And if you don't do that, and like you know, I fell into that trap in the 90s. I spent a long time. I was so busy trying to sound like other people, I didn't develop who I was. And yeah, I learned some technical skills from that, but I felt like I flatlined for a while, and I could have been further along now had I not fallen into that trap.
Right.
So people, if you just start in, be inspired by people, but don't try and be them, because you never will. You're going to be yourself.
Right. Exactly. All right. Well, I'm going to do a couple things. I have to let our lovely audience know what's going on for today. So, if you're just joining us, we are joined by the amazing Christopher J. Payne, otherwise known as Pyramid of Chaos, who's also my bandmate in Neutron Dreams. And we've been trying to do something like this for a very, very, very long time. We just couldn't get the technical aspects of it right, especially with myself being in New Jersey and Christy being in Georgia, and with having to run the signal through different mixers and the software we have to use for streaming, and then also have a different software that I have to use to get up on YouTube. We could never figure it all out, but today was the day, apparently, because we sort of got it all figured out. But
barely, but we did it.
Right, barely. So we're going to have Chris for a little while here. I'm going to play some music here and there. And I wanted to let you know all around 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. So that's about 45 minutes. I will have to just temporarily leave physically, but what we'll be doing is I will be playing some submissions that are fresh to RetroSynth, and I'll be having those play. There'll be a few songs being played back to back, and then I will be joining back in once I return. I should be about 15 minutes, but the stream will keep on going without me around. So just in case that you guys are listening around that time and I'm not talking in between songs, that's why, because I had to just run one of my kids to somewhere real quick. So because it is still during the day, it's only 2:45 p.m. here. So just for those who just joined us, we started off this broadcast with the Neutron Dreams song called Saturn V, our tribute to the Saturn V rocket and blasting off into outer space and exploring the great galaxies and worlds beyond. And then the last song that I played before Chris joined us is his song from Pyramid of Chaos called The Inflection Point, and that was just recently rated the #2 song on Luna Coverdale's Top 50 Songs of 2023. So
Thank you, Luna.
And well deserved too, my friend. I mean, that is an amazing, amazing song. And we're going to be playing right now. The next song is actually another one of your songs. And after this, we'll get into a little bit more programming. But we're going to go into Frog Dance. And Frog Dance was played live at Neon. And it got the crowd really, like, energetic and involved. And I had people coming up to me and be like, were those frogs sampled? I'm like, yes, they're real frogs sampled and made into a musical instrument.
I was also doing some of the sound effects myself, sounding like a real idiot in the studio. Thankfully, nobody heard me. But that's part of the fun, isn't it? You know, making strange noises and recording yourself.
It's part of musical genius, you know? So, all right, so we're going to play Frog Dance, and then we'll be right back with more. And you were just listening to Frog Dance by Pyramid of Chaos. So, Chris, what was your inspiration for the Froggies?
Frogs.
Just frogs?
Yeah, frogs. No, I just want to do, I just want to do something different. I mean, like all of us, sometimes we get caught in a bit of a rut. We do the same thing again and again.
Yeah.
And I want to do something intentionally upbeat, not just not just upbeat, but I wanted to sing intentionally a little bit faster.
Right.
It was the same with the inflection point. Just I'm experimenting. I'm trying to push myself a little more. And so with Frog Dance, I was actually playing with the latest version of Dune VST. I think it's 3.5, and it was actually a sample in there that I was playing with, and I'm like, I put a trance gate on it, and I'm like, that sounds like a frog, even though it wasn't. So I manipulated it a bit, and then I was like, before I knew it, I'd had a chorus which had loads of frogs going off, and I'm like, I'm sitting there chirping away, you know. So that it was basically just it was a happy accident, like most of the tracks that are our favorites, they're accidents.
Right.
It's the ones you sit down and plan never turn out the way you plan. They always evolve while you're working on them.
Yeah.
And they should do. I mean, I think it's bad to have an idea and then it's exactly the same when you're finished, because you should be learning. For everything you do, you should learn something new. And if the track I do today is exactly the same as the one I did last month or last year, what have I learned? So I'm just trying different techniques, and like, you know, I like to merge the 70s, 80s, and 90s electronic music all together. I don't like to stick in just one genre, one time period, and that's where I came up with Pyramid of Chaos, because each step is a different time period. So it means I jump between different time periods. So the bottom step could be, just for an example, the 70s, and the next one up would be the 80s. And then I may take bass lines inspired from the 80s, but then use drums from the 90s. Or I might use, you know, I might use pads from the 70s, you know, really washed out pads, right, and then use some pianos from the 90s. So it's inspiration comes from strange places, including you. And you're really strange. So when I get that as an inspiration, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I'm like, oh, Dan inspired this one. What am I going to do next?
Yeah, it's like, is this inspiration or nightmare? You know, how am I feeling today?
Exactly.
Oh, wait, let me call Dan.
Yeah, and it's in the Frog Dance, I've got a little homage to Jar, because I can't help it. He is my biggest influence. And so people who have heard Jar, you will recognize the sound near the end. It's actually from the Alka Synthwave, and it's the laser harp sound. It's a very famous sound. And I had to put that in. It's only short. It's only a short little section, but I like to put little things in every now and again, that just to show my roots, because that's what really got me into electronic music, was Jar's Oxygen and Equinox album.
Oh, yeah.
And,
yeah.
you know, and Jar, Tangerine Dream, I was never really a big Kraftwerk fan, as you know.
Right.
I respect what they've done, but music has to touch you, and to me, they didn't touch me the same way as, you know, Tangerine Dream or Mike Oldfield even.
Right.
Right. So I think, so when I hear 80s, especially growing up in England, I think of my idea of the 80s and synthwave is different to yours. You know, yours is driving along the beach. Well, in England, we're more like driving along in a muddy marsh. It's like, because it rains so much, there's no beach. Or if there is a beach, you're sinking in it. You're not driving along it thinking, this is nice.
Yeah, you really didn't have like the Miami type experience over in England. You know, it's more like fog and mud.
Exactly. You go outside and you're thinking about synthwave, you're thinking about putting flippers on and drowning. I mean, it's just snorkeling, you know. So I have a different, that's why my experience is different. I have that more European sound, because that's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
So when I hear synthwave, it's like I bring that element to it, that side of it more. And as I said, yours is more the Miami or the California, the vibe that you bring to it.
Yeah, more of what we consult, what people consider modern
the
synthwave.
classic, yeah.
Whereas,
and
synthwave is a modern term. Back in the 80s, it wasn't called synthwave. It was just called electronic music or instrumental electronic music or
synth pop. Yeah.
Or synth pop, right. The word
Yeah.
synthwave didn't exist until the 2000s, you know, and
and you can
I will
kind
argue
of
people to the face about that because I'm like, oh yeah, we called it synthwave back then. No, you didn't. Were you even alive in the 80s? No, you were not. How old? Like 25? You know, no, it's not. You can't say it's synthwave.
And you know, me and you've had discussions about it. It's like, to me, I definitely hear the 80s in synthwave, but like I've told you, the production value is different to the 80s, and it's not because they use analog or digital. That really has nothing to do with it, because digital has actually been going, some form or another in studios since the late 70s. It's not a 1990 technology like some people still think.
Well, yeah, I mean, just look at the synthesizers that were out back then.
Yeah.
I mean, they were. I mean, look at the DX7. That wasn't analog. It's not. An analog
that was
synthesizer.
It's funny actually. We had a DX11 in our studio in England, and I couldn't stand the damn thing. I like the DX7 now, but it always sounded plasticky to me. I was more of a Roland D50 fan myself.
Right.
So you know me, I've got this love affair of Roland synths. I can't help it.
You and I both.
Yeah, and I have that TR-8S drum machine, which is just my favorite drum machine I've ever owned. It's just so flexible. And it's not that it's powerful. It's not that it can do everything. It's the fact it has restrictions that make you have to work harder to get what you want.
Right.
You know, sometimes now they're bringing out drum machines with, huge touchscreen displays, and they can do all this manipulation on a drum machine. You don't have to do this. But then it comes to the point when you're not really doing anything. It's doing it for you. And I think that takes away the creativity. So I like the old 16-step drum machines, because you have to work harder to make them sound good. And you know me, I love drum programming. I mean, it's the thing I hated when I started doing music. Because I started on a Roland R8, and I hated that machine. Now I love it, but I didn't like drum programming back then. But now I don't like using sample loops. I'll just sit there for hours programming drums because it's fun. You get a lot more out of it when you do it yourself, I think. That's my experience. I mean, I'm not saying somebody else wouldn't feel that way, but for me, I get more out of it when I play it myself.
Right.
And nothing rude, because I know you and Luna. Hey, Luna.
Yes, Luna is the amazing Luna Coverdale is live in our chat over on RetroSynth Records live YouTube stream.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's an awesome
Luna.
person.
Yeah, and we also have Dream Pocket has joined us over in the chat. Welcome back to the stream.
Hey there.
Yeah, Dream Pocket's been joining us a couple different shows now, and it's a good, nice little segue. If I can make this work, of course, because of all the technical issues that we've been having.
It's you, so you can't.
Oh, Dream Pocket has said that Roland is the best, and I have to agree because I'm such a Roland fanboy. But there's some Korg synths that I love a lot as well, especially the Mono Poly and the Poly 6. I love those Korg synths.
It's so funny, actually. I don't mean to interrupt, but it's so funny because it's back in the day. I'm showing my age. Back in the day. It used to be, you had these cliques. You have Roland versus Korg. You'd have Yamaha versus Casio. And then you'd have, on your computer side, you'd have Amiga versus Atari.
Right.
And then everything else versus the Mac. It was so funny. It was like, oh, my computer's better than yours. No, mine's better than yours. And people are getting into fights over it. And I'm sitting back thinking, they're computers. I'm like, and you're all wrong because the C64 and the Amiga are better than anything else.
Yeah.
But the difference is I'd let everybody else fight about it while I was playing on them.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I was Commodore all the way. That was me.
I have a natural gravitation towards Roland synths and sounds made by Roland, only because growing up and still as an adult, I'm a gamer, and as a kid, I grew up on all of the Sierra games. So Quest for Glory, Indiana Jones and the fate of Atlantis, hence where all my Atlantis fascination comes from, is from that dang video game. And then you have Star Control and Master of Orion, stuff like that. Those were all made on like the Roland sound canvas. So I have a natural gravitation towards, you know, those type of synths and sounds. Plus, growing up, I wasn't as big as a fan of Jar as you, but I mean, my first, sadly, you know, I was listening to more Jan Hammer, you know, with Miami Vice, but my first real experience to Jar was Oxygen, and it was off of the very first Pure Moods CD back in the day. And all those Pure Mood CDs that came out, you know, and it's like you put that on when you wanted to get busy with the girlfriend or your wife. That's the CD you put on, you know. And Jar's Oxygen was part of that, and I fell in love with Jar from that one song. That just, you know, brought me right into liking Jar, and then just liking all the greats, you know.
It's actually so funny because, you know, as into electronic music as I am, my wife doesn't get it. She's like,
right? Neither does mine.
She's always like, I love what you do, but I don't like instrumental. But I love what you do, but I don't like instrumental.
Right.
Like,
It's almost like a slap.
It's
a backhanded comment.
Yeah, it's like
backhanded
I have to have vocals. I have to have vocals in my music, but I love what you do.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, can you name a song I've written? Well, there was that one that you did. I'm like, one, I've done like 200.
Don't feel bad. My wife is exactly the same.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, they both support us, even if they think we're crazy. We have people who support us, and they understand that. Yeah, we got this crazy equipment in our rooms. You know, it's. And they're like, there's no way you need more than one keyboard. You know, we've got millions of them around us, and I've got 3 or 4 drum machines. You can't need that many. You only need one. I'm like, it doesn't work that way.
That's like telling a woman that she only needs one pair of shoes. I mean, come on.
I know. It's like, you know, oh, I saw this underwear. I'm going to buy a pack of 10 of them. No, you only needed one, remember?
If I told my wife that she only needs one pair of shoes, she'd kill me. You know, right? No way.
Maybe I'll slip her a note saying that's what you told her, and then she can bash you to death.
Oh, trust me, we got into that argument like 20 years ago, so we're never arguing about that again. She tells me, Dan, I'm going to go buy shoes. I'm like, have fun, dear. I don't question it. I'm like, you need new shoes? No problem, go get shoes.
You know the battles you're going to fight over, and if it's with your wife, basically you lose before you started. So it's like, okay, you've won. I want a peaceful life.
I'm going to pick my battles, you know.
Exactly.
Right, so
I usually pick a nose. So.
Oh, God. Don't tell anybody that.
I know, it's a secret. Shh.
All right, we're going to try to see if this works. If this doesn't work, then I don't know what I'm going to do when I have to leave in a half hour. So hold on one second. Let's see if this works. Okay. Did you hear that? Chris, you there? Hang on, people. Okay. All right, so Dream Pocket heard that sound. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad Dream Pocket heard that. Because I'm going to play a submission. This submission is from Dream Pocket, none other than the amazing Dream Pocket. And this is his song, Moon Smoke.
Everything we do tonight, chilling on the shotgun side. You give me those love me eyes. I love you deeply till the end of time. So take home and hold on tight. We've got fuel enough to drive the night. So don't let go. So don't you let go. Oh, we're good, we're taking it slow. So don't you let go. God's nothing choking tight. If he sees everything is wrong or right, but I see it through these eyes. I still see heaven, miracles and signs. You got ocean eyes for miles. I go swimming and I'm going around. Don't care which way we try. I just got to stay right by your side all night. So don't let go. So don't you let go. Oh, we're good, we're taking it slow. So don't you let go. I know just who I'd be without you, girl. Just a man in love with you, in love with you. And I know just where I'd be without you, girl. Just a man apart from you, in love with you. Yeah, all alone, I'm just a man apart and in love with you. Yeah. So don't you let go. Take another time, take it to the backseat. Take another time, don't you let go. To the backseat, there's love with you. Take another time, take it to the backseat. Take another time, and then you know it's to the backseat. Take another time, take it to the backseat. Take another time, and then you know it's to the backseat. We go to the backseat, we're smoking. Take a minute, take another time, take it to the backseat. Take another time, and then you know it's to the backseat. To the backseat, we're smoking. We're good, we're taking it slow.
Dang. Moonsmoke by Dream Pocket. Wow. Yeah, that was really good. Full disclosure, I heard that 10 seconds in and I approved the submission. I didn't even listen to the whole thing. I just knew it was going to be good. So that is the first time I've heard the whole song. Wow. Dream Pocket, yeah. That was amazing. Well done. Well done indeed. That was absolutely amazing. We should talk later, for sure. Anyway, so CJP, you still there, man? Oh, Chris. We're live on the radio. Can you hear me? I wonder if we lost my friend. Would it be the first time? Just shoot him a quick message. Yeah, I lost him. We're having all kinds of technical difficulties today. Don't know why. We got to figure out a better solution for this streaming software. So, yeah, very, very odd. Hold on. Chris, if you can hear me, I'm going to hang up. Get and call me again. All right, in the meantime, I'm going to play one of my favorites, just because I want to. And I'm going to play this, and we can, hopefully Chris and I can talk about when he gets back in. We're going to talk about the production of it. All right, so this is back from '84, and this is Hollywood Dreams.
Life redefined, pulling on my
back from '84 with Hollywood Dreams featuring Matt Sky on the vocals. And we are joined once again by Christopher J. Payne, otherwise known as Pyramid of Chaos. Are you there? The technical difficulties on this are just irritating. Okay, so I don't know why this keeps working. We're going to have to figure out something for the future, just to let everyone else know who's there. I hate to have this completely unprofessional sounding, but today just seems to be the day of technical hiccups. So let's see if we can get him back on. I think we're going to have to invest in some different equipment here, only because of how we have to band-aid to get a whole bunch of different things working at the same time. I have to use multiple softwares in order to broadcast to multiple different platforms at the exact same time. Let's see. Okay, Chris, can you hear me? Chris, you there? Okay, this is just definitely not working. I don't know why it's not working, but it's definitely not working. Let's try one more thing here. Can you hear me now, Chris?
I can hear you.
There we go. Okay. I can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I had to change everything all over again. It's
I'm glad I didn't swear then.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's like all the settings that we had that worked prior to all this were working just fine then, and now I just had to completely select different outputs and inputs to get it to work live while I'm talking to you, even though I was talking to you like 2 songs ago with different settings. I swear. Stuff
crazy.
is haunted or something. Anyway, yeah, I think we're going to have to get like a mixing board or something, because the way I have to do all this with the different softwares to get the YouTube stream and the Twitter stream and the KSWV Radio Shockwave stream to work all at the same time, there's some kind of conflicting thing here. So anyway, did you hear that last song back from '84 with Hollywood Dreams?
I did, yeah.
Okay. And you were listening to Dream Pocket's song. What's your feedback on Dream Pocket's song?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, I like music that sounds authentic to the person. You know, there's a lot of, and I don't mean this in any way negative to anybody, but there's a lot of generic music out there. So I like music that sounds like it's from the heart, and that's why I enjoyed it. It sounded like it was expressing something. It wasn't there just for the sake of being there. There was a purpose for the song.
Right. No, I agree. I completely agree. And
you know,
and
music needs a purpose. Yeah, music needs a purpose. It's like anything else.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I'm the same way. And it's that way with sadly, it's that way across like all music. It's not just electronic or synthwave or anything like that. It's with ambient, it's with rock, it's with rap. It is, yeah. You know?
Yeah, that's the trap some people fall into. Is that's when you get people say, I wrote this music, but I wasn't really inspired. The problem is, as a listener, you can tell when someone's not inspired because it comes across in your music. So I would rather take time off and put music out when I'm inspired, and hopefully somebody else feels the emotion I put into it, than just put something out that sounds like everything else and it's generic. You want to be you, and even if that means you're creating a new genre that somebody else hasn't done, and that's very hard to market, but as long as you're being authentic, that shows in music. And that's what the difference is between good music and great music, I think. It's the person putting themselves into it.
Yeah. I agree. And that's something that you and I have definitely strived for with Neutron Dreams, and making it our own and making it sound a bit different than everybody else, especially the synthwave world. Now, that may or may not be to our success or detriment, because we're not the midnight out there. We have a following, but it can always be better, of course. So we're not going to be the same four on the floor, revolving bass line synthwave beat, but we have, we definitely have some of our winners out there when it comes to appealing to those type of people. But then we also have lots of other different songs with a completely different vibe that might strike someone differently, so and we try to aim for that to set us apart from everybody else out there that's practically screaming against the wind. So
that's the thing. It's about being versatile. It's very easy to get trapped in one area and then be scared to step outside it because you worry about what others will think. But you've got to write music because it's something you want to do, and then I think it's much easier as an artist then. Once you accept it, I'm never going to please everybody, so I want to make something that I enjoy. And that's what we do, isn't it? We put stuff out there that we enjoy.
Yep.
And I think that's how our music should be. It shouldn't be you're putting it out there in order to just please somebody. It's nice when you do, but if you do that, you end up getting trapped, and then the minute you step outside it, people don't like what you're doing. And we see that all the time, is when somebody becomes successful, and then their next song, I didn't like that. It was nothing like the other song.
Right.
That's the thing I know me and you have said, we don't want to feel like you're trapped into having to do a certain style. So by starting the way we did, when I joined, of course, because you originally started Neutron Dreams. But then when I joined, I was like, well, Dan, we have to bring something unique in order to stand out. And
exactly. Because at that point, I was still emulating others. I mean, I was still trying to walk in the same footsteps as Michael Oakley and Time Cop. So hence why the entire first album sounds like a blend of both of those artists, because they were my mentors at the time. And I had Ryan for his guitar work to, make things a little bit different and to have the guitar as the melody to all those tracks. But they had a very Michael Oakley, Time Cop-ish type of sound. And then once he and I went our separate ways, and then I made the entire Monolithic Echoes album before you and I really joined forces as Neutron Dreams. I was going through a little bit of a bad time in my life at that time. Number one, because Ryan and I split, and I was going through some turmoil at my workplace. And my wife and I discovered that we had a surprise pregnancy, which is, of course, our blessing. Our little daughter Gracie, which that little girl runs my world.
She's lovely.
She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. Didn't expect her, but God, I can't live without her. She's absolutely has my heart 100%. But yeah, it was there was a lot of weird things going on at that time, and for that album, I felt like I had to prove myself, because it's Ryan's gone, and now what do I do? Can I do this on my own? And I kind of, at that time, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't cornering myself into a corner or in one bucket. So I made 20 different songs ranging in many different styles, and then once you came into it, I kind of cemented that, you know, and gave that a good foundation. So, and that's when we had our digital jungle out. I'm going to have to run here in about 4 minutes, but I wanted to ask your opinion on the Hollywood Dreams song that I just played. It's a synthwave song, so it's 80s inspired, but like you've been saying, I pick up in that a lot of more 90s style production, especially with like the drum beat. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, and how we use more of a 90s type of styling and production techniques when it comes to synthwave?
Yeah, it was in the vocals too. The vocals, the processing on the vocals on that was very nice. It sounds strange, but there's the right kind of reverb, and then there's the wrong kind for the style of music you're doing, and that was a very smooth reverb, which I actually really I'm a sucker for smooth reverb. You know,
that's why I like Time Cop so much.
Yeah,
it's a smooth, I think, dreamy reverb.
But I think the big difference between 80s and 90s production for drums would be the 80s, the early 80s, late 70s really, and early 80s was more about Lindrum. You know, the Lindrum was actually originally known as more of a disco drum machine. It was used a lot in disco. Right. And a lot of people don't realize that. And then it was kind of adopted in the early to mid 80s more and became really popular. But then as the 80s went along, it actually became more Roland. They dominated with the 606, 707, the 727, which is percussion machine, was used a lot in music, which people don't realize. Right. Then you had the famous 808 and 99. Yeah. And then what happened is in the 90s, the 99 especially really took off in European dance music.
Yep. Euro dance.
Until about the mid 90s, then you started getting into Akai and everybody. You know, it started then changing, and now we're going backwards again. It's Lindrum and Roland all over, which I'm happy with. But there's only so many Lindrum snares I can listen to. I mean, I love Lindrum, but there's just only so many songs I can hear with the same snare. It's like, just change it a little bit, up it, you know, make a few changes to it, or maybe mix 2 or 3 snares together. Don't just use a stock snare. I mean, but yeah, that was like the big difference. It's mainly the manufacturer. The style of programming the drums hadn't changed that much. A lot of people say it did, but you know, I program 70s, 80s, and 90s drums, and to be honest, you can get away of doing a lot of the 80s patterns, but do it on a 90s machine, and it sounds 90s. It's all in the way that you shuffle. That was the main difference, I would say, in 90s dances. Shuffle would be used a lot more than it was used in the 80s.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Well, look, I hate to cut you short, but it is 3:30. I have got to get out of here. I will be back. I'm going to be playing some submission for about 15-20 minutes, so I will be silent, but the music will be going. Feel free to hang out and listen to these amazing submissions, and then when I get back, we will continue with Casual Fridays with Dan. And of course, we're having more technical difficulties.
What can you do when the damage is done? All that we've lost, but convinced we have won. Picturing life how I wish it would be. It might be something that I'll never see in this lifetime.
And you were listening to KSWV Radio Shockwave out of San Diego, California, where we play you. And you are listening to Casual Fridays with Dan over on the RetroSynth Records live stream on YouTube and also on X. And of course, over on KSWV Radio Shockwave. And we were just playing a few submissions that were given to us. If you were on KSWV, you did not hear those submissions. Sadly, because of the technical issues that I've been having, I switched over back to the normal radio broadcast, so you missed out on some of these amazing submissions. But for you, all those over on YouTube and over on X, we start off with Star Madman and In This Lifetime, followed by the Neon Droid with Synthetic Tears, and then Vague Houses and their song Dark Wave, followed by 8 Bits to Digitalia with her, and then lastly, what you just heard was by Frozen Orb and their song Hyperspace Wake. And we have that song is actually not even released yet. Will be released on January 25th. The 8-bit song will be released January 17th. The Vague Houses song will be released January 18th. So feel free to check out those amazing artists, and we thank them for submitting. We're going to pick back up with some of our normal broadcasting, and we thank the amazing Christopher J. Payne for joining us today. It was awesome and amazing for you joining us and having you here with us, and really, really appreciate you being here with me today and sharing your wealth of knowledge with all of our lovely listeners. Now, this is we are just getting a little taste of our friendship. What we talk about practically on a daily basis is what Chris and I talk about. And it's not always music stuff. It's, normal best friend stuff, life, stuff like that. But we do a lot of music talk. So just want to give a little bit of sharing of that with you all, and some of the genius that is the amazing Christopher J. Payne. He has his own show, Talking Chaos, but that is a pre-recorded show. And we wanted to do something live for you all so that you could hear exactly him in more of a live format. So we wanted to be able to provide that for you here today, and we hope that you enjoyed that. All right, so we are going to play another one of our friends. This is a friend of both Chris and I, and we hope you enjoyed this as well. This is one of my favorite songs. This is Nebula Black. We call him Nebs by short. His real name is Josh, and he happens to be a neighbor of mine. He lives in the next town over or something like that. But this is Nebula Black and his song with the amazing Roxy Drive, and this is their song Breathe You. And that was Breathe You by Nebula Black, featuring the amazing Roxy Drive on vocals. Both are RetroSynth Records alumni. Nebula Black is a current artist on RetroSynth Records. Roxy Drive has gone off on her own. However, we stay in touch. We might be doing some things together in the future. So hopefully to have more from the amazing Roxy Drive. We have Dream Pocket still in our chat, along with the amazing Luna Coverdale. And well, I love Nebs. He's a good friend of Chris and I, an amazing producer. If you ever have the chance to see his studio, it's one of those ones where he's completely surrounded by synthesizers on all sides. He's actually having his studio completely redone right now. But he does mixing, mastering. He is a master at his craft. He's one of the best, including Chris, again, one of the masters of their craft. And if you are a budding musician, if you're a current musician, if you're looking for some preset packs, well, the amazing Nebula Black has made some amazing preset packs. If you have Diva, if you have Hive, and there is a couple different Korg VST instruments that he has done preset for. And if you want to check out his presets, they are available over on RetroSynthRecords.com. Not the Bandcamp page, just our regular website. That's RetroSynthRecords.com. And go on over to the merch area, and you will see we have a long list of VST presets, both paid and free. And in the paid ones, you'll see Nebula Black. And in there, you could check out his different preset packs. Some of the best Synthwave preset packs out there. And he's known for his dark wave cyberpunk, but he made Synthwave packs covers all of Synthwave, both the lighter, dreamier stuff and the more darker cyberpunk stuff. So if you need some instruments to add to your repertoire of synthesizers and sounds to your studio, by all means check out Nebula Black. All right, we have some new singles that have come out recently. I'm going to be getting to some of those right now. Ran has recently joined the RetroSynth Records lineup of artists, and we're going to play his brand new song that he did with Pashang, and this is their song, Redshifter. And that was the new song Redshifter by Ran and Pashang. This next one is another new song off of a brand new album by Silverhawk, of all things. I thought Silverhawk had retired, and that was the end of it. But no, this is he has a brand new album out called Sunset Drive, and this is the song Hero. that was Hero by the amazing Silverhawk. That can be found over on retrosynthrecords.bandcamp.com, and check out Silverhawk and his new album Sunset Drive. Alright, we have a couple things to talk about real quick before I play the next song. I can't play it on the radio only because they're way too long, but 6mix6 has just dropped a brand new album. He has dropped an ambient album, and the reason why I don't want to play the songs is because they're about 15 minutes long each. So maybe we could do an ambient show one day. But yeah, check out the Graceful Echoes by 6mix6. It's about an hour's worth of music, and that is his brand new album, and you can check that out over on retrosynthrecords.bandcamp.com. And if you are into ambient music, by all means, check out this new album by 6mix6. And something really quick to talk about. Do you like all things retro? You know, are you liking more than just the music, but you want to try to look the part? You know, walk the walk and talk the talk. Well, then I got some material for you, and I got a good resource for you to check out. I am posting the link over in RetroSynth Records live YouTube stream, and if, for those of you on X or over on KSWV Radio Shockwave, write this down if you're interested. It's the inspiredradioqueen.blog. Again, that is the inspiredradioqueen.blog. And that is put together and run by none other than the amazing Luna Coverdale, and she has taken the time to go through and put together a whole bunch of links and lists of some amazing trends for fashion. If you want to look the part, if you want to look like you're walking straight out of the 80s and early 90s, check this out, because it is a very valuable resource, and I fully recommend that. All right, we're going to play another new song. This is the latest single by Sub Neon. This is his tribute to the Blade movie and that opening Blood Club, blood dance, bloodbath type of opening when Blade comes in and starts killing all the vampires there in the ravey blood club scene. This is Sub Neon's song Blood Dance. that was Blood Dance, the latest single by Sub Neon. Yeah, that's a high-intensity workout type of song. Not exactly relaxing for your casual Fridays with Dan, but, I like to play it all around here, so I hope you are enjoying your time, your casual Fridays with me. Gonna be doing, it's like you gotta get up like the Hawaiian shirt and maybe a cocktail kind of thing. Of course, if you're still working, then maybe like an iced tea or something, stick a little umbrella in it, because it's freezing outside. At least here it is in North America, in New Jersey, it is cold. I cannot wait for summertime once again. So until then, I will pretend that every Friday is still summer, with the synthwave sun and the pool and palm trees and flamingos. So, yeah, and speaking of flamingos, I have to make a little announcement. There is a certain band that will be performing live, and their logo has a very prominent flamingo in it. And they will be joined by an artist that is powerful, very, very powerful, and I speak none other than Power Rob and the amazing band known as Von Kaiser. And Power Rob and Von Kaiser will be playing at a first time ever RetroSynth Records sponsored event. This is a RetroSynth Records event, meaning the artists that are there are only on RetroSynth Records, and it is a proud moment indeed for all of us here at RetroSynth. If you want to go there, if you want to check out this amazing show by Power Rob and Von Kaiser, it will be February 10th at a place known as The Crown, that is the venue, in Baltimore, Maryland. And it is a show called Haunted Palace, and it will be with RetroSynth Records, and I will be there, and we will be meeting and greeting and shaking hands and doing merchandise, and I'll be there helping out and stuff like that. So I firmly suggest, if you have the means, if you are in the area, or if you feel like traveling to Baltimore, by all means come on out. It should be a amazing evening. And to put us into the mood of getting ready for the show, how about a little bit of Power Rob and Von Kaiser? So we're going to be playing, first song will be by Power Rob. It will be Power Rob with the amazing Miami Nights, and Miami Nights 1984, and this is probably, it could go up there for maybe Song of the Year. This is their song, Restless Summer.
understand before we fall apart. Restless summer, I'm in love with the loss of you. I'm giving in, don't you wonder how it all falls apart so soon as the walls come down. Days of thunder, I'm in love with the loss of you. I'm giving in, distant lover, how it all falls apart so soon as the walls come down. 'Cause I got it bad. You'll understand. 'Cause I got it bad. Please understand. 'Cause I got it
And that was Power Rob featuring Miami Nights 1984 with their song Restless Summer. You should be hearing that probably when you go to the show. So if you're able to make it to the show, the Haunted Palace, by all means try to get out there and watch the amazing Power Rob in action. Followed up by the amazing Von Kaiser. And this is their song, Joy. And you are listening to KSWV Radio Shockwave out of San Diego, California, where we play you, including everything that's retrowave, synthwave, synth pop, alt pop, EDM, trance music, all kinds of electronic music. And you are listening to RetroSynth Records live YouTube stream and also on RetroSynth Records X profile. And I thank you very much for joining me with Casual Fridays with Dan. I am your host for the next half hour, Dan Eachus, and this is Casual Fridays with Dan. You just heard the song Joy by the amazing Von Kaiser, and they will be performing live with the amazing Power Rob on this venue of Haunted Palace at the Crown on February the 12th in Baltimore, Maryland, so be sure to check them out. We have over in the YouTube chat the amazing Sub Neon. Sub Neon is a RetroSynth Records alumni and artist, and we thank you for joining us, Sub Neon. We just played your Blood Dance song right before the Power Rob and Von Kaiser song, but because you just joined, I'm going to have to play a Sub Neon song, another one. We're going to have to do it. I have to. When amazing artists join in the chat, I'm obligated to play a song by them. So this is the song by Sub Neon, Thunderheart. And that was Thunderheart by the amazing Subneon. And I'm sorry, I'm dying. If you're not over in the YouTube live chat, you're missing out. We're talking about what is that called? What is Subneon's sound? And we're talking about farm wave. Yeah, if it's not synthwave, what is it called? I would call that, if I were to make up my own genre, I call that dub wave, because it has like elements of dubstep mixed with synthwave, mixed with EDM. So that would be what I would consider it. I definitely put it in the synthwave bucket though, because synthwave is a really, really big bucket. It's like a pool. You can just jump in and dive in and have fun. And you can go swimming in the deep end, or where the kiddies swim out in the 3-foot section. But yeah, amazing track. Yeah, and I couldn't agree more with Dream Pocket. That breakdown is amazing. Dump wave. Dump wave, yeah, it has legs. I agree. All right, so we're gonna play. We have a couple more songs. We're coming into the the bottom half of my show for today, and like I said, if you're not over on in our chat over on YouTube, you're missing out. Sometimes we have the best conversations over there, live in our stream on YouTube. All right, so I'm going to play the latest by AUW. And it is his collaboration with Becky Machine, if I'm pronouncing that properly, Becky Machine, and this is their song Afterglow.
Holding me
And that was the latest from AUW with Becky Machine and their song Afterglow. And this is the latest song from the immortal one, Russell Nash, playing true to where he comes from, the Highlands of Scotland. And this is Clansman. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Bagpipe Wave. The amazing song Clansman by Russell Nash. Yeah, whoever thought bagpipes and synthwave would blend together so well. Wow. Give me more, Mr. Immortal One. Could that be the prize? You know, bagpipes mixed with synthwave? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Bastian Cheetah, yes, thank you. Thank you very much for loving our channel. We love you. Thank you for coming by. Make sure you are a subscriber, and that way you check out and you can get all of our latest videos. Yeah, I agree. Dream Pocket said, nice dulcimer at the end. Yes, absolutely. All right, so we have a couple more songs, and then I am out of here for the day. Just to give you a little bit of an update, if you have purchased the Arcade Highs Kingdom vinyl, we're about halfway done shipping all the orders out, all the pre-orders that came in. So we're about halfway done. There's still some left. If you want to place your order before they're all gone, by all means, place your order for the Arcade High's Kingdom on vinyl, their very first album they ever made together as Arcade High. And it is available in both a splatter design or a crystal clear design. And the crystal clear happens to be my absolute favorite. They both look gorgeous. I just like the clear. That's just me. It's very different. It's crystal clear. You can see right through it, except for the, of course, where the music has been embedded in the grooves. So, yeah, it looks great. I definitely recommend picking that up if you are a vinyl collector and you love Arcade High. So though we're about halfway done, it's a lot to pack and ship and get all those things out there. And for those of you who placed the pre-order and have been patient with us for this time till we got the shipment in, there's a little special thank you inside each and every package. So want to just send that out to all of you. And for Arcade High, we're going to play their latest single, Burning Rubber. Burning Rubber by Arcade High. I saw those guys play that live. Wow. Amazing. Synthwave's very own version of Daft Punk, Arcade High. Yeah, definitely check those guys out. Subscribe, follow them, listen to their music, buy their merch, by all means. make those guys make more music like that. All right, I'm going to play 2 more songs, and then I am getting out of here. This is the latest single by Just Scott, and this is Someday. And that was Someday, the latest single by Just Scott. You can find that on retrosynthrecords.bandcamp.com. And tell Just Scott that he's doing a good job. I love that song, Someday. And before that, he did the Stand Back cover, which is just, wow, what a great song. He really nailed that one. I think Stevie Nicks would be really proud of him for that. All right, we are coming down to the end of my show, and I thank you all for hanging out here with Casual Fridays with Dan. And if you are new to this show, we do this every single Friday. At least we try to anyway. I don't think I missed a show yet since I started. But yeah, this is Casual Fridays with Dan, and where we play a bunch of different synthwave, electronic music, throughout the first hour or so of the show. We usually have a break, in which case I go into what's called the vinyl cut. But for some reason, my brand new turntable is acting up. I think the belt is defective or something, because all of a sudden it's now playing all of my albums out of time. So until I get that fixed, sadly, no more vinyl cut for right now. We'll just keep on doing what we're doing right now like this today. And then we usually do what's called a RetroSynth Power Hour, which was kind of what we did today, where the whole last hour of my show is nothing but RetroSynth Records, signed artists, and or friends of RetroSynth Records. So that is it for today's show. I have one more song to lead you out with, and what I like to do is bracket each and every show with 2 Neutron Dreams songs. In case you don't know, I am one half of the band Neutron Dreams. I am the founder of the band, and earlier on this show, in the first hour, we had the other half of Neutron Dreams, known as Christopher J. Payne. Otherwise, I call him the mastermind, the mad scientist of our outfit, because he is just, in my mind, pure musical genius. If you're looking for mixing, mastering, he is definitely your guy. He also has his own side project called Pyramid of Chaos, and he has his own show here on KSWV Radio Shockwave called Talking Chaos, which premieres every Tuesday. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a wonderful weekend and the rest of your week, and I will see you again sometime next week. Might be playing a couple more submissions videos if you want to check me out then. Otherwise, I will be here for Casual Fridays with Dan. I am going to lead you out with the last song off of our very first album, and this is our remix and cover of Turbo Knight's Razanigan. Have a good weekend.